Somewhere in South America, there is a country where tropical rainforests slowly give way to endless grasslands, where towering mountains rise above the clouds, where rivers carve their way through ancient forests, and where walls of blue ice continue to grow in a warming world. A country where nearly 300 waterfalls thunder through the jungle, where the highest mountain outside Asia touches the sky, where penguins wander along the southern coast, and where one journey can take you through deserts, vineyards, glaciers, forests, and some of the most remote landscapes on Earth. At first glance, it feels impossible that all of these places belong to the same nation. Yet they do. This is Argentina. A country celebrated across the world for its football, but shaped by something far greater: its geography, its people, and a land unlike anywhere else on Earth. As millions of fans around the world come together to support Argentina in the FIFA World Cup, today we are stepping beyond the stadiums, beyond the chants, beyond the 90 minutes that capture the world's attention. Because every nation has a story. And behind Argentina's blue and white colors lies one of the most diverse countries on our planet. And while the world watches every match, let's discover the land that millions proudly call home. Welcome to Argentina. To understand Argentina, you first have to understand its scale. Covering nearly 2.8 million square kilometers, Argentina is so vast you could fit the entire United Kingdom inside it more than 11 times. And yet, this is just one country, a country so diverse that every few hundred kilometers, the landscape begins to change. Argentina is the second largest country in South America and one of the largest nations on Earth. But what truly makes this country remarkable isn't its size. Argentina crosses several climate zones. In the north, warm rainforests thrive with dense vegetation and powerful rivers. Travel further south, and those forests slowly give way to vast grasslands that seem to stretch forever. Beyond them rise the mighty Andes Mountains, shaping the country's western edge for thousands of kilometers. Continue even further, and the landscape changes once again. Forests become colder, the air becomes sharper, glaciers begin to appear, and eventually you arrive in Patagonia, one of the wildest regions on Earth. That's why traveling across Argentina rarely feels like traveling through just one country. It feels like discovering several worlds, connected by one flag. Along Argentina's western border stands a natural barrier so vast it has shaped the country's history for millions of years. The Andes, the longest mountain range on Earth, Stretching across 7 South American nations, these mountains define Argentina's western horizon. They influence rainfall, rivers, wildlife, and even where people choose to live. Hidden among the Andes stands a mountain that seems to touch the edge of the sky. Aconcagua, rising nearly 7 kilometers above sea level. You could stack 8 Burj Khalifas one on top of another and still not quite reach its summit. It's the highest mountain anywhere on Earth, outside Asia. Every year, climbers from around the world arrive here with one goal: to stand on its summit. But the Andes offer far more than towering peaks. Meltwater from these mountains feeds rivers that sustain communities far below. Their valleys support vineyards that produce some of the world's finest wines. In many ways, the Andes are the backbone of Argentina, not simply because they define its western border, but because they quietly influence almost every part of life across the country. There are places in the world where you can walk for hours without seeing another person, where the only sound is the wind moving through mountains and the distant crack of ancient glaciers. Patagonia is one of those places. Here, mountains rise sharply from turquoise lakes. Ancient glaciers slowly carve their way through valleys. Powerful winds sweep across open plains, reminding every visitor who truly rules this land. Patagonia isn't known because people built great cities here. It's known because they didn't. Much of this region has remained remarkably wild, and that's exactly what makes it so extraordinary. Every season transforms the landscape. Snow blankets the peaks in winter. Wildflowers color the valleys in spring. The forests glow with shades of gold and crimson in autumn. And during summer, the long daylight hours invite travelers to explore one of the last great wildernesses on Earth. For photographers, hikers, and adventurers, Patagonia isn't simply a destination, it's an experience. One that reminds us how small we are when nature is left to speak for itself. Deep within Patagonia lies one of Argentina's greatest natural wonders, Perito Moreno Glacier. Some walls of ice rise as high as a 20-story building, yet this frozen giant never truly stands still. Unlike many glaciers around the world, Perito Moreno continues to advance. Slowly, patiently, every single day. Imagine standing beside the lake, surrounded by complete silence. Then suddenly, a crack echoes across the valley. Seconds later, thousands of tons of ancient ice break away, crashing into the water with a sound so powerful it rolls through the mountains like thunder. Here, nobody tells you to be quiet. Nature does it for you. And perhaps the most remarkable part is that some of the ice before you began forming before the Great Pyramid of Giza was ever built. Standing here, you don't just witness a glacier, you witness time itself. If Patagonia reveals Argentina's quiet side, Iguazu reveals its power. Hidden deep within the subtropical rainforest lies one of the greatest natural spectacles on Earth, Iguazu Falls. But calling it a waterfall doesn't quite do it justice. Imagine nearly 300 waterfalls, all flowing at the same time, stretching across almost 3 kilometers of rainforest. That's Iguazu. Day and night, millions of liters of water plunge into the river below, filling the air with mist, feeding an ancient rainforest, and creating a world where nature is constantly alive. But what you'll remember most isn't what you see, it's what you hear. Before the waterfalls come into view, you hear them, a deep roar, growing louder with every step, until eventually you're standing before a wall of water so immense that conversations simply fade away. Here, you don't raise your voice to be heard. Nature raises hers. Colorful toucans glide above the forest. Butterflies drift through the mist. Rainbows appear, then disappear, only to return again moments later. Every viewpoint reveals something different, yet no camera can truly capture its scale. Because Iguazu isn't simply a waterfall, it's a reminder that some of nature's greatest masterpieces are created one drop at a time. Before Argentina became known for football, before its cities grew into cultural capitals, this country's future was shaped by something much quieter, the Pampas. Stretching across central Argentina, these vast grasslands may appear simple at first. No towering mountains, no dramatic waterfalls, just an open horizon that seems to continue forever. But sometimes, the most ordinary-looking landscapes tell the greatest stories. For centuries, the fertile soils of the Pampas have supported farming on an enormous scale. Wheat, corn, and millions of cattle have helped transform Argentina into one of the world's leading agricultural nations. Even today, their traditions continue through music, festivals, and a way of life that values freedom and hard work. The Pampas may not be Argentina's most photographed landscape, but without these endless plains, the story of modern Argentina would have been very different. Like every great country, Argentina has a place where its story comes together. That place is Buenos Aires. Standing on the shores of the Rio de la Plata, this city has welcomed explorers, immigrants, artists, and dreamers for centuries. It's a city where old traditions and modern life exist side by side. Buenos Aires isn't just Argentina's capital, it's the country's cultural heartbeat. This is where Tango was born, a dance that began in the working-class districts before capturing the imagination of the entire world. It's also where football became far more than a sport. Here, it became a shared language, a source of identity, a passion passed from one generation to the next. Buenos Aires represents something even greater. It reminds us that Argentina is not only a country of extraordinary landscapes, but also a nation shaped by its people, their resilience, their creativity, and their deep pride in the place they call home. By now, you may have noticed something remarkable. Argentina refuses to be defined by a single image. Some know it for football. Others remember its mountains. Some dream of Patagonia. Others imagine tango echoing through the streets of Buenos Aires. Yet none of those stories tells the whole picture. Argentina is a country where landscapes constantly change, where cultures blend together, and where nature continues to shape everyday life. Every journey reveals something different. Every region has its own rhythm, and perhaps that's what makes Argentina unforgettable. Not because it has one famous destination, but because it offers countless experiences, all within a single country. This month, millions of people around the world are watching Argentina will still remain. A story written by mountains, glaciers, forests, rivers, endless plains, and generations of people who have learned to live alongside them. Because while football may unite the world for a few unforgettable weeks, the beauty of a country lasts forever. If you're supporting Argentina in this World Cup, we wish your team the very best. And if you enjoyed traveling through this incredible country with us, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Worldscapes, and become part of a community that believes every country has a story worth discovering. Until our next journey, keep exploring, keep wondering, and we'll see you in another corner of our extraordinary world.